I'm currently working on a project funded by the British Academy, focusing on the Armenian colophons written at the end of the 14th century until the 15th century, end of the 15th century. This is a fascinating resource for historians, and largely untapped resource because it hasn't been translated, most of them haven't been translated into English or any other major languages. It is an important historical primary source for us because it contains a lot of information not only about the Armenians but also about the neighboring cultures, about the empires that were fighting over Armenia. One of the interesting aspects of it is that it also contains information about the missionaries, Catholic missionaries that were in the area trying to convert people into Catholicism. What really fascinates me about this resource is the fact that it contains a lot of information about the daily life of people who wrote these manuscripts, as well as of people who lived near the monasteries. Since we don't have any other major histories about this period, the colophons sometimes remain our only source of studying this. So the first part of my project is to translate these colophons into English and make it accessible to scholars who don't have the command of classical and middle Armenians. And the second part is to study them for their value. The most fascinating part of the colophons is that they contain a lot of information about the mentality of medieval Armenian scribes. They speak about their joys, their sorrows, the difficulties they have to endure, and in general about their life. One of the things that I can recall now is one of the scribes writing on the sides of a manuscript, a gospel manuscript, suddenly decides to curse the flies that don't let him write and finish this manuscript. In another manuscript, the monk asks the readers to pray for the salvation of the soul of a person who brought apples and apricot to the monastery, although this person is not named. In general, the colophons are very important for studying the history of people's everyday life in the Middle Ages, and it provides us with some fascinating insight into the way people thought in their daily life, how they acted, what they did, and we can learn a lot about them.